Hello everyone, welcome back to Chinmoy's Biology channel to yet another new episode. So today we are going to start about color blindness. So in the previous episode we have already studied about pedigree analysis. We have studied about the X-linked recessive disorder and X-linked dominant disorder, autosomal disorders as well. So we have studied full in detail. So here we are going to study about each disease separately in each and every class. So let's get started, and please don't skip in between because today's episode fully it is going to be a very interesting one and you are going to study in details everything about color blindness. So let's start it. So first, how can we define color blindness? So when it comes to color blindness, we can tell that it is color blindness or color vision deficiency or CVD. So what is happening? There is a decreased ability to see the color or differences in color. So you are either unable to see a color or you are unable to see the differences between certain color. So that we will learn today, that what all colors you are unable to see and how that is tested through different eye tests. Okay, so the severity of color blindness ranges from mostly unnoticeable to full absence of color perception. So if it is very mild color vision deficiency, then it will be unnoticed, and if there is full color vision deficiency, then there will be full absence of a perception of color, right? So the color blindness is usually an inherited problem. So we have studied in the previous class that it is X-linked recessive disorder. So what it is X-linked recessive disorder. So we have studied that what is recessive and what is dominant. So now again we will move on to that. Now our variation in the functionality of one or more of the three classes of cone cells in the retina. So the cone cells are responsible for the differentiation of colors. So if there is a problem in these cone cells, we will have a color vision problem. Okay, so the most common cause is a genetic condition that is called a congenital red green color blindness. So what is the name of the disease? It is called congenital red green color blindness, including protan and deutan types, and which affects up to 1 in 12 males, that is 8% of the males are affected, and 1 in 200 females, that is only 0.5% of females are affected. So 8% is actually a huge number of males are affected. So 1 in 12 males are affected by this color blindness, and 1 in 200 females, that is 0.5% of the females are affected, as it is a X-linked recessive disorder, and this is present in the X chromosome only. So females are having 2 X chromosome. If one is having a recessive trait also, then it will be covered up by this one. So it will always be a carrier. But the male is having 1 X and 1 Y. So when this X is always having some we can say that some defect in the gene, so it will be shown up in this male only, because this X chromosome, if it is having a dominant character, then it will show up in this. But females, they are generally generation after generation they can carry it, but they are not showing any dominant sign. Okay, is it clear to all? Now let's move on to the next slide. So if we go to a bit details of which genes are affected in this color blindness, we will see that color blindness is usually caused by the mutation in genes which are responsible for the light sensitive proteins in the retina's cone cells. So light sensitive protein producing cells are damaged, or mutation is happening in those genes. So what are the name of those genes? That is OPN1LW and OP1LMW. These are the main genes which are affected. So mutations in these genes cause the red green color blindness, the most common form of color blindness, right? So they are, what they are doing, they are disrupting the protein formation in this light sensitive protein formation in retina's cone cells. Okay, rods and cones are there in retina. We all know that. We have studied the structure of the eye in details. in 10th standard also. So now light sensitive protein production is affected by the mutation of these genes and in the cone cells, and that causes color blindness, and the most popular color blindness is red green color blindness. Now you can see the gene mutation happening is OPN1LW gene mutation in red green color blindness, OPN1MW gene mutation in blue yellow color blindness, and OPN1SW gene mutation reduced sensitivity to blue light. So here color blindness is not happening, the blue light sensitivity is reduced. Okay, so this is again a few more things we are going to study in next slide, but these are the two main genes which are being affected during this color blindness. Mutation happens to these genes, so just learn this too. Now, just now I have told that this condition is mostly present in males because the opsin genes which is responsible, they are always located on X chromosome. Okay, so if this is the X chromosome, the opsin gene is always located on X chromosome. It is not located on the Y chromosome. So rarer genetic condition, another in color blindness is there, that is congenital blue-yellow color blindness. That is the tritan type. Okay, so that is not the color blindness, that red green color blindness. It is a rare disorder which is blue and yellow color cells. The colors are not visible. So those chromosomes are carrying this, we can say they are damaged, or they are having certain changes in their mutation of genes have happened in those chromosomes, so that the blue and yellow color is unable to they are unable to see that, or it is not visible to them. So color blindness can also result from certain physical or chemical damage to the eye, the optic nerve, whereas parts of the brain or certain medication also can lead to toxicity, which can lead to color blindness. Okay, so color vision also, it naturally degrades in old age. So suppose a 90 plus person or a 80 plus person, they will have obviously lesser color perception. Okay, so their color vision will gradually with age it will degrade. Okay, so let us see what are the tests done for this color blindness. So what is the test performed to check whether a person is colorblind or not? So generally it is called the Ishihara test. So the eye doctors, they'll give you the charts like this, and they are made up of certain dots. In here you can see that there is a number written inside this. Those who are colorblind will not be able to differentiate between this red and green, and they will not be able to read that this is 3. So those who are not colorblind only will be able to see. Now here also you can see in this chart there is a thread like structure made inside. Here also between gray and red or pink there is a worm like substance made inside. Here orange and gray, but they will not be able to distinguish and find out what is made inside that. Here you can see within this gray there is a letter written is 13 number written. Here it's 16 in gray and in orange. Here in red and green, that is 12 is written. This is red and green. 8 is written, and here 9 is written. Here 7 is written. Here these worm like structures are made. So this is what the person who are colorblind will not be able to understand, or rather differentiate these two colors and read out the number. Okay, so then only you can make out that which type of color blindness a person is having. So the eye doctors will be showing you these type of charts, and they can detect whether a person is colorblind or not. So what are the types of color blindness? So first comes red-green color vision deficiency. This is actually the very common deficiency which is seen in the colorblind person. So the most common type is what it makes it hard to tell the difference between the red and green. So they are unable to find out the difference between red and green. There are 4 types of red-green color deficiency. The first one is deuteranomaly. That is the most common type of red-green color vision deficiency. So what is it making? It is making actually the green look more red. Shades of greens are looking more red. This type is mild and doesn't usually get into the way of normal activity. So this is very mild type of color blindness, deuteranomaly. That is minor shades of green look reddish in color, but they don't interfere in your daily activities. Now, protanomaly, what is this? That makes certain shades of red look more green. Here, green is looking more red. Here, red is looking more green and less bright. So, this type is also mild and usually doesn't affect the normal activities. But which one is more harmful? That is protanopia and deuteranopia. It is just remember the terms. That is deuteranomaly. This is protanomaly, where the green looks more red and here the red looks more green. But in protanopia and deuteranopia, what is happening? Both make someone unable to tell the difference between red and green. So they are unable to find out the difference between red and green. Here you can see apples have been kept. So these are the people with these types of vision problem will see. So all the apples, different colors, they'll not see. They'll see only one type of color, that is green. Okay, so no problem here. So let us move on to the next. Now, the blue-yellow color vision deficiency, which I told is a rare disorder, but we should study this, right? Though a rare disorder, what is happening here? This less common type of color vision deficiency makes it hard to tell the difference between several different color combinations. So, if there are several different color combinations, a person will not be able to decide what are all the color combinations. So, these two types are blue and yellow color vision deficiency, trianomaly. It makes it hard to tell the difference between blue and green and between yellow and red. Is it clear? Now, tritanopia makes someone unable to tell the difference between blue and green. So, first one is they are unable to make the difference between yellow and red, and second one is they are unable to make the difference between blue and green, and they are unable to make the difference between purple and red, yellow and pink. So many colors are there. So, it makes also colors look less bright. So, red and green deficiency, they're unable to see the colors like this, and blue yellow deficiency, like these colors, they'll not be able to differentiate. So, if this is 92, they won't be able to make out that what number is written inside that purple color. So, purple and red also they don't know, blue and green also they can't differentiate, whereas yellow and pink also they can't differentiate. So this is how they will look into the colorful objects in their way. Okay, so let us move on to the last part, that is, so complete color vision deficiency. What is it? If you have a complete color vision deficiency, you can't see the colors at all. So this is also called monochromacy or achromatopsia. What is that? That is a rare disorder, though depending on the type you may have trouble seeing clearly. So first one is normal vision with all the fruit colors, where you can see here is deuteranomalia, that is some colors you can see faded. Here all the shades you are seeing in all the shades and all greenish shade. And this is tritanopia, that is blue and yellow color deficiency. You are seeing all the red colors. So it is, as it is green and red color deficiency, you are seeing some, mostly all are greenish. You are unable to differentiate between green and red, and here it is blue and yellow, so all are being seeing in tritanopia, you are seeing all that in red color. So that is almost about color vision. Now we will see a few question on pre-medical exams like NEET and all. So what they are telling, let us see that. Now, a colorblind man marries a normal sight woman who has no history of colorblindness in her family. Now, what is the probability of their grandson being colorblind? So, is there any probability like 25%, 50%, nil? So what is the probability? So we need to find out that. So if the person is colorblind, if this is colorblind, always we know it is an X-linked recessive disorder. It comes in this X chromosome, and the female, we have told that female is normal and female is not having a family history of colorblindness. So it is not carrying any carrier genes as well. So if we are crossing that, suppose this is the male and this is the female. If we are crossing, this will be XXC, then XY, and then this will be XXC and XY. So here you can see the son, they don't have any gene of this color blindness. So there is no chance or probability of their grandson being colorblind. Okay, so if this is from the son's side, okay, if their daughters, they get married, if their parents, their husbands are having any career genes of color blindness, there are a chances of 50% probability is there. But if they are getting married to a healthy individual, the daughters are getting married to healthy individuals as well, there are chances of their sons to be colorblind or career. We can say that here there are no chances of the sons being colorblind, so son will not be colorblind. Here no grandson will be colorblind, so no grandson can ever be colorblind, no grandson will be colorblind. So in this side there is no probability of being colorblind from the son's side. Okay, if they are getting married to a healthy, if they are getting married to a healthy women, so there are no chances of getting the grandson colorblind because they are not carrying any genes of colorblindness, but daughters are carrying. If they are getting married to healthy individuals, there are chances of their sons of getting color blindness. And if it is not an healthy individual, if it is a colorblind person, then there are obviously chances of getting colorblind grandsons from their daughter's side, but son's side no chances. So is it clear to you all till now? So the last part we will just do a sum up of what. So till now what we have studied, we'll just do a brush up. Males have only one X chromosome, we know that. Females have two. So the son of a woman who is carrying the gene has 50% chance of being colorblind. The mother is never herself a colorblind because the gene is always a recessive trait, which means that it is suppressed by her matching the dominant normal gene. So it is always a recessive gene, and the dominant normal gene is suppressing this color blindness in mother. So the daughter will not normally be colorblind unless her mother is a carrier and father is colorblind. So there is no chances of a daughter being colorblind if the mother is a carrier, unless and until the mother is a carrier and the father is a colorblind. Otherwise the girl child will never be a colorblind. It will be only a carrier. And this carrier colorblind women can pass it on to other, the son in other generations as well, but not to the daughter. But there are chances of males being affected most, because 8% of the males are affected and only 5%, 0.5% of the females are affected. So we have studied all till this time. So this is all for color blindness. I have tried my best to mention everything in details. So please try to go through the full video. If you are not getting anything, please do write in my comment box. And the next episode I'll be discussing about hemophilia in detail. So for that, stay tuned, stay subscribed to my channel, and please do share it with your friends as well. And don't forget to like and share my channel. And if you're having any doubts, any queries, please do write in my comment box. Thank you. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye, and see you then in the next class of hemophilia.